All right. So, in light of my other videos, but not to make them super light either, I need to go there and talk about the kind of gay I am before I go ahead and shoot some other videos. Okay. So, for starters, yes, I am gay. Secondly, I'm a chubby chaser. Thirdly, I am also what is called a gerontophile, which means that I have an attraction to older people. It's not always sexual because I am predominantly celibate. I don't call myself asexual. I am celibate. I'm single. I don't. I didn't tell you my last hookup, and it was a one-time thing because if you don't click with this, I'm not trying to keep you around. And as I've encountered when I enter some spaces, for example, last year I went to New York with a friend of mine. We did a fundraiser. My friend's in her 60s or 50s. She was in her late 50s, I think. I forget how old she is. But anyway, spiritually, it just seems like we're on the same wavelength, like around the same age. But we go there and it's gays, it's girls, it's some of everybody, non-binary, trans, it's some of everybody. But I just kept noticing it's like younger people were gravitating towards me, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm like the mental, like we're not clicking, and I've never understood it for like the longest time, and I'm just really coming to terms with it. I'm like 2 years away from 40, but I'm just really coming to terms with it. And throughout my whole life, everyone that I've been around, that I've dealt with on a very personal, intimate level or had relationships, they've all been older. It's never been about financial gain or lifestyle or anything of the sort. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that um, things have happened because of this, but, and it's not a path that I've, have just been like, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna wake up and do because it comes with dot 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 dot. It's never been about that. It's always just been strictly this is the group of people that mentally I click with. Um Maturity is like a really big thing with me. Um I I'm a nerd for starters. I just happen to have and be blessed with very good looking skin and a physical exterior that I take good care of. But aside from that, um, for me, getting along with people is not about how you look, but it's about how you act and you carry yourself. And if you're acting childish where you want to gossip and slander people or you're constantly out to one up, like those are mindsets and mentalities that I don't have time for. I've been there, done that way back when in middle school. Like I don't need to do all that no more. I'm grown. And when I use the term grown, I don't mean that to say, oh, I'm grown in my age and I can do this, that, and the third. It's not about that level of grown. What I mean when I talk about grown is that I know my mindset. I know myself. I am secure in whom I am. And I know where I stand. And I know how I stand. I don't look or run around looking for people to co-sign for me. Um, I try to be very independent. I've had within like the last 5, 6 years, like people trying to knock me and try to take me from that. But truth be told, sadly, like I honestly feel like these people are only going to end up shooting themselves in the foot. And that's what I'm praying for. And thankfully, as I had mentioned in my video just prior to this one, I'm starting to notice a lot of people come out, even at, like live and in person. I'm noticing people starting to come out the woodwork, but like, yo, we see you. What's up? What's happening? We see you. And it's lit. It's awesome. I mean, as you can tell, it's literally brought a smile back to my face. It's been a while since I've been able to smile about that. But for the most part, it's been nothing but just that I would just rather not associate with. And it's tough. It's really hard out here when you are you and you can draw some of everybody, but you're not for everybody. Everybody loves the Rolls Royce. And I mentioned it's one of my favorite cars. I'm a huge vehicle fanatic. And I love the Rolls Royce, even though they're owned by BMW, and I'm not a BMW fan, but I do like the way they sound, and some of them are cute, the older ones. But anyway, back to where I'm getting at. The Rolls Royce. A lot of people admire the Rolls Royce. Everybody wants to go on the Rolls Royce. Everybody wants to drive the Rolls Royce and own the Rolls Royce. But here's the thing about Rolls Royce. The Rolls Royce has a V12, like a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, etc. It's a V12 engine. There's 12 cylinders. Now, the thing is about Rolls Royce, and there's been clout chasers on YouTube that have bitched like, yo, just run this car, drink up all the gas, drink up. Well, why you complain if you can afford it? Now let's break it down like this. Okay, somebody gives you a Rolls Royce. You're working a minimum wage job. You still have rent, bills, and other utilities. A Rolls Royce does not drink. A Rolls Royce guzzles. From the time you turn her on to the time you turn her off, Rolls Royce guzzles. And the best mileage you're going to get out of a Rolls Royce is going to be on a highway. The worst gas mileage you're going to get is in the city, especially at a stoplight. And if you really do the math right, okay, premium is not cheap. It's not cheap whatsoever. I think the last time I did my research was around like 150, almost 200 to fill her up. So if you break that down to a stoplight, you're sitting at a stoplight roughly like 2, 3, sometimes 5 minutes, depending on the sensor. You could probably easily go through 3 or 4 gallons or more. So when you break that down, and then you start counting them dollars, everybody wants and likes the Rolls Royce, but not everybody can afford it. Therefore, you don't see very many. You don't hear very many people that have them. You don't hear or see very many people going out and just grabbing them like that, unless they're a major celebrity or a major business owner. And I'm talking about legit business owner. I'm not talking about no shady stuff. I'm talking about legit. They don't keep these kinds of vehicles. And with that being said, I've learned to kind of not put myself on a pedestal, but in that regards, kind of look at myself as I need to be more conservative with the kind of energy I give people and the things I do. And especially being a Gerontophile. And this video, we're at the 10-minute mark. To be continued. Be right back.